Hey everyone, this is Gary Kay, and I'm excited to be, we're coming to you live on LinkedIn, we're coming to you live on Twitter, we're coming to you live in lots of different places because we have a special, quick, I guess you could say kind of announcement, introduction, launch that we're going to do here live on LinkedIn specifically. Thanks for joining us. If you're joining us on Twitter or you're joining us anywhere else that we're broadcasting this. And I'm going to introduce you to someone first, Scott Norman from SnapOne. You may know SnapOne under the name SnapAV. First off, Scott, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks, Gary.
So let me give a little background here. First off, I wanted you to know that if you'll type questions in the comment area below, then I'll actually see those questions and I'll ask Scott those questions. So any kind of questions you have for Scott. Now, why would you want to ask Scott questions? Well, SnapAV has been around a long time, actually. They're not new to the industry, but they are new-ish to the commercial AV world, right? So we are specifically talking to the commercial AV integrators, designers, consultants out there. This is an opportunity for you to find a new brand, find a new set of products, and understand what SnapOne does. So if you've been in the residential AV market, then you know SnapAV. SnapAV rebranded themselves to SnapOne. However, what's interesting about it is SnapAV, or now SnapOne, has had a set of commercial AV products for a long time. Of course, we know that a lot of high-end residential products get used in the commercial space. Often HDMI adapters and cables, and we still have the same communication issues. But SnapAV / SnapOne has. Let me ask the very first questions and welcome you, Scott. What the heck? It was SnapAV. I got used to SnapAV. I thought it rolled off the tongue. Although I do like SnapOne better. Why the rebrand? First off.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, hey, look, I struggle with it too after being here for nearly 10 years and saying SnapAV my whole life. Now I'm got to say SnapOne. So if I stumble, if you could forgive me. But, ultimately, this is all around like really being current with who we are today. Over the past 15 years that we've been around, we've really evolved a ton as a company. We don't just serve AV integrators anymore. We serve integrators across multiple verticals in the security, IT datacom. And then as far as who we are as a company, we've procured a lot of other companies, acquired a lot of other companies, local distribution options as well. We acquired Control4, we've acquired Sunbright, Volutone, MRI, Custom Plus, AllNet. The list is getting longer and longer. And this is our jump off point to say, hey, look, we're one organization now. We want to serve one group of customers the same way and kind of carrying forward those core value propositions that SnapAV had from day one and taking that to the larger market with a larger go-to-market plan.
And really, you've already had products that are used in commercial applications. You mentioned a couple of them already. Let's take a look at Control4. Control4 does entire hotels. They're not just a high-end home company. They do entire hotels. So if you're doing restaurants and bars and hospitalities and hotels that need a control system, that's one example. That Sunbright, you mentioned Sunbright. They have outdoor monitors that can be used in all sorts of applications. I see Sunbright monitors in places like Disney, and I've seen them at restaurants and places. So you already have had commercial AV products, but now it sounds like with your role and your team, you're focusing more on the commercial AV market intentionally, and that's why we're here today, right?
Yeah. I mean, look, so many companies have a kind of a natural bend to their business, kind of where they got started, and they're always trying to find ways to expand. And the truth is, even our residential integrators, industry research shows that they do up to 42%. In 2019, it was 42% from CE Pro industry research of commercial applications every day. And I think all of us know, if we're in the integrator space, that there's so much overlap in here. I mean, audio products are so much the same, infrastructure, wire, cable, racks, mounts, all those things. And so I like to say 80% of our product line is applicable to both markets. And at the end of the day, we are building products that are integrator friendly, built for pros, by pros, and they serve both markets in a lot of ways equally well. And so for me here, I was brought here 10 years ago, and we've been on a consistent march, and we're all about just adding more support and more focus for the commercial integrators that do need a slightly different experience in the process. They maybe need help with the system design component. They want to have a dedicated sales rep. And so it's all about adding the resources that we need to add internally to really carry forward our model of like premium support levels, being the best partner that you can possibly have in the industry. And so that's really my job at Snap One, and then kind of carrying that core value proposition forward, which, you know, I think we've got a slide here that shows some of those core value propositions. But a lot of people don't really know who we are at our core. They sometimes think of Snap as maybe another distributor that's out there. There's a little bit of confusion around it, but I kind of wanted to set a little bit of the record straight. Number one, we're a manufacturer first, and we have our own product lines. We manufacture, I think it's 13 different brands that are our own in-house brand names: Wattbox, Episode, Binary Moit, Oversee is our cloud management platform, Luma is our surveillance product line. The list goes on, and we're a manufacturer first. That's where we get the majority of our revenue from and our sales through. And then we take those products directly to market ourselves, so that there's no middleman. So there's no distributor that you can buy our products from except from us directly. There's no minimum purchase requirement. And so we are trying to break those barriers down of having that one-stop partner where you can get all your products, and a partner that you can trust and rely on. And then we do that with like super easy, effortless ordering. I mean, we were founded on the values of like, let's do everything we can to make your life as an integrator easier. We know that being an integrator is super challenging on so many levels with technology madness and procurement madness and distributors and all those things. We're here to make it easy. That's our number one like word when we think about who we are to our partners. And that comes through an award-winning support that we offer, US-based technical support. And then there's all kinds of perks along the way with our partner rewards programs and free shipping, super easy website portal that's makes it easier to set up returns and do all those things if you ever need to do that. So that's kind of who we are as a company.
Well, you answered a lot of my questions there, but one that you kind of skipped over that I think is a differentiator that should be pointed out, because you described the kind of products that you have, the kind of applications, where you can get your products and why you distribute some products. But the piece that I think you kind of skipped over quickly is the cloud management platform Oversee. I've learned a lot about that in recent weeks. And that's a big differentiation for you, because there are companies that have cloud management systems specific to their product lines, but in your case, you've encompassed all the products that you handle, and it's actually capable of bringing other products together. And one thing I think that's interesting to point out is you also mentioned a couple of product lines that are going to be the future of our industry, like security as one example of that. So that Oversee platform is not only a cloud management platform, but it also provides you a monitoring management platform that is a revenue generator too.
Yeah, absolutely. So Oversee is kind of the glue that pulls everything together for us. We've got a number of product lines that are what we call our connected product lines. Our Wattbox power product line is IP controllable power products. Luma surveillance, our networking equipment that is built for integrators, all kind of unique features there. And then even our Episode audio products are connected to the cloud as well. And what we found was, as those products were making their way out into the field, there was just a single integrator would have hundreds, maybe thousands of these products out there, and they wanted a place where they could go to a single pane of glass where they could manage all their products. And kind of back to the easy mantra, we homegrown and home built our own cloud management platform. We call it Oversee, OVRC, and it's a place where you can go to oversee all the management of all your products that you get from Snap. And it's a free management platform when you're using our products. So you get your Wattbox in the mail, you connect it to the cloud using the MAC address and serial number, you associate it with a customer's location so that you know where that device lives, and then you can continue to add SnapAV products to that. Then we have a elevated level, which is really just buying a single box. We call it an Oversee hub, or you can also use our networking equipment. Our router has the hub functionality built in, as does our Control4 systems has the hub functionality built in as well. So there's a couple different paths to get there. But once you put that device on the customer's network, it's going to go out and it's going to scan the entire network, and it's going to start to put all those devices in your device tree list in Oversee. And then you'll have the ability to see all those devices. You'll be able to get notifications when one of them falls offline, or maybe there's a problem, needs a firmware update.
And that's where the recurring revenue comes from, right? Is the ability to charge for that service And of course, as you said, if you use a Snap One product, it's free, but you can also connect it to Honeywell, and you can connect it to Crestron and Extron and all the other companies out there that are making products that people use on a regular basis. You can connect it to Cisco routers and Netgear products. And of course, you sell your own routing gear. You package your own line, which I'm sure people were watching maybe didn't even know you bought that company some years ago. But also, you don't really care ultimately. I mean, I guess you do care a little bit, but if they're using Cisco or Netgear, you don't really care because it can be connected to Oversea.
Yeah, right. So it can hop on any network, and then once it's on there, you can get visibility to all that equipment. And then one of the unique features is what we call a Web Connect feature, where it'll actually allow you to access the local UI, the setup menu of any of those devices. And so it'll take that even behind the firewall. It'll serve that UI up to our cloud. You'll get direct access to that UI from anywhere in the world. So, not something that you want to do all your setup from, but if there's something that you realized you left the job site, you need to go into the UI and make a tweak to the audio setting or something, you have full capabilities for doing that anytime you want through the cloud platform.
Yeah, and interesting, and that just as a side note, we're in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. You're headquartered in Charlotte, but you have one of the big mantra from your organization is this localization. Describe that for just a second, because you opened a lot of offices around the country.
Yeah, definitely. So when Snap was started, in around 2005, the whole value proposition was saying, hey, don't drive around the city, going picking up your parts and pieces from all over the place and wasting a bunch of time in the morning. Come to us. Come to our e-commerce platform. It's the best e-commerce platform in the industry. Buy your stuff online. It's 2-day shipping for free to virtually everywhere in the country. And that's the new way of doing business. And 15 years ago, that was revolutionary, and it did change.
You were the first company I remember having an e-commerce platform for insiders. Like, there were plenty of consumer e-commerce platforms, Amazon, but there wasn't one inside the industry. And I remember specifically having owned a Chapel Home Theater Design way back when, buying episode speakers using that e-commerce platform, by the way.
Yeah, and that was our core value proposition was, hey, it's a fully protected pricing line. When you turn over your quote, you're not going to get shot because there's no way to get to our pricing except through our e-commerce. But we've grown tremendously through that, and we win tons of awards for that platform. But then we've also realized that our integrators also want choice. They want the ability to, if they're in a snag, to go pick up something locally, to shop locally, to get training locally, to do all the things that you do well local. And so that's when we started acquiring some of the local entities. And now we have 27 local, what we call partner stores, Snap One partner stores, where you can go in and you can have that same shopping experience. And you can see a full map of that on our e-commerce platform, snap1.com or snapav.com. And you can see where all those locations are. And we're going to expand that rapidly over the next few years. And there's going to be a location very close to everyone very soon.
So so obviously, we have a lot of integrators that are watching this, that'll be watching this, that are focused, laser focused on the commercial side and don't know you from the residential side and didn't realize you were in the commercial side. How do they get engaged with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, it's really no different for us. We're one company, regardless of where your customers are and what market you serve. But we do want to connect you with the best set of products for your needs. And we believe foundationally, and let's get product in your hands. Let's have you experience it firsthand. We're not one of those companies that's going to make you fill out a bunch of paperwork to try our products and all that stuff. We believe in getting product in your hand for super low price. So we've got an introductory offer here that is a pretty standard offer for us. It's about $1,200 worth of gear. You get an amplifier, a speaker. You get one of those Oversea hubs that allow you to see the full benefits of the pro level of Oversea. And we've got a Watt box that allow you to reboot things remotely and troubleshoot your clients and do all kinds of fun stuff. So we want to get that in anybody's hands that's willing to say, hey, yeah, I'm looking for a good partner in the industry. And so it's $1. What you do is you follow the information you see here on the screen. You can go to snap1.com or snapav.com, and you can see that offer. Sign up to be a partner is all you really do. Put any sort of information in the comments. You can put in Gary K or LinkedIn Live or anything that indicates you're on this webinar, and that'll help us backtrack it. And then we'll follow up with you with a phone call and get those products in your hand and shipped out to you ASAP.
All right, so that's a great offer for $1. Why not 99 cents? by the dollar. I'm just kidding with you.
Yeah,
But,
we have financial guys looking over this stuff. Every penny counts.
But in any case, this is a good offer. For $1, you get the amplifier, you get speakers, you get the access to oversee, and you get a chance to play with the system. I mean, why wouldn't you at least try them out? I mean, everyone's looking for a differentiated product line. You have some unique products. You have an interesting way of engaging with people and allowing people to order from you. And you're a big time up and coming company. So if people look into Snap One, you're going to learn a lot about them that you didn't know. You've recently filed for an IPO. You've been around. How long have you been around? I've known you for at least 15 years.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going on 16 years now. And, and the last thing is, in the market today, things are in stock at Snap One. We got a lot of stuff in stock. So if you have stock issues, look to us.
Yeah, so this is a good opportunity for you to learn a little bit more about a company you may not know anything about. That's why we like bringing these kind of segments on my LinkedIn live broadcast. I want to thank you for joining us. I want to thank Scott Normand. You can check him out at LinkedIn. Just go to Scott Normand, MORNORMAND, Scott, NORMAND. Look for him on LinkedIn. Connect with him on LinkedIn, will you? Because he's a nice guy, and he's been there 10 years, so he knows the products really well. He's got a great team behind him. Check out Snap One at snap1.com, although apparently SnapAV.com still works. So go to snap1.com. And thanks for joining us today, Scott. You have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.